Well, welcome to another Dyno Days video. Check that lovely thing out. Oh yes. Let's get some tuning done. Honda Prelude.
Yeah.
Is it Prelude or is it Prelude? Who says what?
I don't know. That's a question. Question for the audience.
Prelude,
there.
Prelude, Prelude.
Yeah, there's many different ways of pronunciation.
Rude and lewd.
Yeah. Yeah. So H22 in for a bit of a cheeky map this morning. Something I perhaps wouldn't have done. He wants to go boosted at some point, so he's fitted 1000cc injectors, which I said is total overkill and a lot of hard work really for it's not going to increase power output at this point, and you still got a map again when you go boosted anyway. So I sort of said I'd rather have left it on the stock injectors, but they were already fitted. He had a base file for it and basically drove it here on that file, so we just tuned accordingly. Yeah, so obviously it does make the low end of things a little bit more difficult to sort of get right and narrow down, obviously, when you're, with a bigger injector in there. Anyway, sorted that out, got around to that. Just obviously gone through timing, gone through fueling, done what we could do, sort of moved VTEC up and down, worked out obviously where the best point was for that.
Which was?
About 4,000 in this car, so just to be fair. We started at 5,000.
That's where it made its mid-range gains, wasn't
Yeah, and then we sort of stepped it down in 250 RPM increments to sort of around 4,000 was where it was really sort of its best point. So to speak to the customer and make sure that he didn't want it, if he was happy with it down low or whether he wanted it up higher, because obviously some people still like that
because it is permanently where the rev...
it is a little throttle dependent. It's about 40% on the pedal I've got it set to, so it can be in and out, if you understand what I mean. But yeah, so it's one of those. It's yeah, I can set it more aggressive, so obviously it's it's in and out all the time, but most people do like to be able to cruise off cam, don't they? So sort of set that in there as well. But yeah, nice. I mean, sort of nice. We don't read many of these, do we? Let's be honest.
No, I miss mine. I had one of these in black.
Yeah. In fact, we saw sort of 4 at the weekend, or 4 or 5 at the weekend, but that just happened to be a little group, didn't it? That wanted to come down on the holiday. Yeah, coincidental that this obviously got booked in for a map at the same time. But yeah, I think that's made some power. We've definitely made some in the mid-range. We didn't necessarily have I'd have liked a stock power figure, perhaps with a stock ECU in there, so we could have overlaid the two. We didn't sort of get that. We sort of had a base thing that was really, really rich. So I did start pulling a bit of fuel out until we could get a pull. And then we sort of did a pull, and then that's what we've got overlaid on the grass. So it's not necessarily how it came in this morning, but it was really, really rich at that point.
There was a point where we could start.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's sort of like I pulled some fuel out until we could get a start point, and then obviously we've tuned from there.
Well, let's see if there's some love for the Prelude, whatever you want to call it. Because this is obviously a YouTube video. Most of our content is K20 stuff. So let's see if there's some love for it. But if you love this car, make sure you comment below and let us know. Do you want to look at this graph?
Let's have a look at that graph.
Let's do it.
Okay, say it with me. Red line is as she came in, blue line is as she leaves. Gains there in the mid-range for sure. And we finished today on 208, which is 177 at the wheels. It's a nice car, and like I said just previous, I had one of these. I really enjoyed it. It was a little bit loud for me at the time because I made some exhaust modifications that were a little bit, shall we say, aggressive. But yeah, I do miss it. I just couldn't park this. I had one of these. It had four-wheel steer, and I just could not park it. I tried to reverse park it. I was never in the position I expected to be. So it was a bit of a drama. But it's nice to see a H22. We've not seen one for a little while. Right, and we'll catch you on the next one, won't we, Rich?
Will indeed.
We will indeed. Peace out.